so many games now. Provides you with some solid saves, team fight ability, lane push ability. So I really like that, or at least the path that they're on right now. Crazy banning out Morphling and Apparition. I'm not entirely sure about this. What they might be aiming for here with the AA ban. It could be an Alchemist draft potentially. Io, okay, that's why they banned Apparition and Morphling, because they want Io Gyrocopter. But the Winter Wyvern is actually a very good hero against Io, by the way. Very, very good.
Yes, I agree with everything you just said. Now, you might want to check your Discord messages real left, Theban, whilst we get through with that. The IO pickup from Crazy, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you had some great points about that one. Sup, dude? How's it going?
Okay. I mean, they all heard me, but you couldn't hear me.
I couldn't hear you, but, I'm sure you made some great points about the Wyvern and the IO. Yeah.
Yep, I did. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Cool. I'm glad everyone's enlightened except me. But I mean, what do we expect to be paired with this IO then for Crazy? This
Gyro.
game?
That's what you didn't hear. I completely expect the IO Gyro pick right away, right after this. That's what they banned the Morphling and the Apparition, right? The Morphling will copy into Gyrocopter. It's annoying. A blast, removing the healing abilities of IO, also very annoying. Winter Wyvern very good against IO, especially with the Winter's Curse. Bam! There you have it.
There it is. Gyrocopter comes out. Yeah, they still choose to go for the IO into the Wyvern anyway, which I find quite interesting. But Crazy clearly just valuing this combo, the classic combo, the IO-copter, coming back in this game number 2. Do you rate it again? Do you think Gyro's been buffed enough and IO's been buffed enough to make it a real thing?
Yeah, I've actually watched this in the China region. It was doing quite well. I think even in the last patch, IO Gyro was quite good. The thing about Gyrocopter is when he gets to a point where he has Aghanims, Satanic Rapier, it's just so difficult to beat.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of the best late game heroes actually when he gets those items.
No one quite does as much kind of AoE damage as a Gyrocopter does.
Exactly.
Cooldown and slowing them down, and then throw in the flat cannon with an IO overpowering them as well. Just help them get that damage out even quicker whilst everyone's in sight as well. It's really important.
When you get the status resistance as well, whenever people jump you, as long as you have the Satanic, right, and your side gunner is always going to heal you up. So it's just
really nice.
So insanely difficult to kill into the late game, and that's why they banned the Apparition, right? For that reason too.
Yep, stopping the annoying healing reduction of that hero. So we got some bans coming out. The Beastmaster and the Nature's Prophet banned out by Infamous. Meanwhile, the side of Crazy, they'll get rid of the Sven and they'll get rid of the Conquer as well. Conquer, another very good hero versus the Iocopter, because of course you can X-mark someone back from a relocate. You can just be very annoying in general. You've got a lot of AoE abilities to throw down. If you see that TP coming on over, you can just throw a boat on top of the two of them. Basically, anybody with these joint abilities is quite frustrating to play into. Sentinel banned out from Infamous. That makes sense.
I'm gonna tell you, this Infamous draft right now, I'm digging it. I like this draft way more than what they had in Game 1, and I think they're gonna be able to play Dota. When you watch the laning stage of Infamous, it's not like they're bad, right, at laning or anything like that. They just couldn't play Dota because their draft just was like a 90-10 draft in Game 1. Now, in this game, though, because they got Tiny, they got Wyvern, they got pretty decent heroes that can deal with an IO Gyro early game and its pressure, I do believe that they're going to be able to, take it to Crazy in this game. If there's ever a game that they can win, it's this, unless they decide to just go ahead and pick another anti-mage again.
Yeah, I hope not, but this definitely isn't looking like the kind of anti-mage game as before. I mean, this is a really nice opening, I agree. And I think, I don't know if they predicted the IO, but I mean, Wyvern is a tier 1 pick anyway, but yeah, I mean, you're having that already against the Iocopter is so beautiful. Like, Crazy, I think, I would even accuse them of being a little bit too forceful with this Iocopter thing. Clearly they wanted to run it. Clearly this was something they were like, okay, we're going to ban out the Morphling and the AA and then pick up Iocopter, and then the Wyvern gets picked. I feel that's the point where you kind of go, well, maybe we don't want to do this, but at the same time, it probably would have gotten picked up regardless, since you're not grabbing it yourself. You can only ban out 2 heroes, and once that IO's on the board, it's kind of too tempting for Infamous to be able to take it. So maybe they were just like taking it as a given, but still, I mean, that gives them then 2 heroes very good versus this combo with the Wyvern and the Tiny. I hope this doesn't come to bite crazy in the ass as we get into this game. But they also get the Wind Ranger, so that's going to give you a ton of damage. Shackle can be very nice as well. Just generally a pretty good hero, but also a hero which can be abused by Tiny. And now the Quap comes out from Infamous.
That's a good pick. Really good against Io Jaro as well. Like there are so many ways to get on this Io now. Like this is going to be such a hard game for whoever's going to play Io, and I believe that's going to be AUI. So AUI is going to play in this position 5 Io. He's probably going to have to ward and sentry as well, and he has to worry about a Tiny, Queen of Pain, and Wyvern constantly looking for him and killing him. I don't know, man. Crazy's draft is a bit crazy, I would say. Or not crazy, but Infamous draft is really effective at this point.
It looks much better at this point. I would actually say it looks much better at this point. Like one thing Wind doesn't like playing into is burst damage and magical damage, and they've got Tiny they've got Tiny Quap, right?
Sure.
Like it sucks, you know. Wind Run's going to be a garbage ability this game.
Yeah. It feels like having second pick for Crazy is not that good for them, especially in the way that they like to draft. They like to draft to counterpick opponents, and in this game, it feels like they're the ones being counterpicked constantly. And Night Stalker, okay, so that's going to be their offlaner. So now all of a sudden, there's a weak timing on Crazy too. Like Night Stalker is a liability in your draft during the day, right? So if Infamous can keep playing aggressively during that time, and the Io Jaro is also struggling because they're dying or something, I don't know, things could look really rough on Crazy. Oh my goodness, another hero who can hunt the Io now, Spectre. This also gives vision. I'm not too big of a fan of the Spectre picker. I'm not but at the same time, I'm not sure what carry could have been better, but I guess it's okay. Like, I was wondering if there's a more active carry that they could have picked, right, than a Spectre. But then again, Haunt is quite active.
Hornet's quite active, like the Dispersion's very good this game against all the uncontrollable damage coming out. You don't want to focus fire this hero. In fact, there's not really a hero in this game you want to focus fire on the Wind Ranger right now. Maybe you can catch the Wyvern on the backlines or something like that, but I mean, it's just very tricky to have a target which you can actually just focus down in this game. Like,
I was actually thinking of a hero like a Troll Warlord this game would have been insane. Because that would have made Night Stalker's lane terrible, right? Because right now, this Night Stalker is going to be free farming in the off lane, which means at 5 minutes, this NS is going to have very high impact. If they played for like the first 10 minutes and made sure that Crazy didn't have this tempo from the NS, I think they would have had an amazing mid-late game, because then the heroes are already naturally countering the IO. That's what I meant by, I felt like they could have picked a more aggressive carry, someone that could actually beat this NS in the lane.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see how it goes though. I'm Team Spectre all the way. You know, I've got my Spectre, I Heart Spectre shirt on, so we'll see how it does in this game. I do think it's a good Spectre game though. I'm excited to see it. Probably not boiling Blade Mail into Wind anymore though, since it's much easier to cancel the focus fire.
Yep. Oh, P8 could have been interesting too, because he can always, dagger the IO in the fights and also dagger the Night Stalker. He's not going to be happy about that.
You don't like playing into the AoE silence, really. Spectre doesn't care about being silenced, but the PA definitely does early on before she has BKB. I think that's one you need to be cautious of. I mean, I think, as you mentioned before, if this Balnar does have a good start to the game, gets some items online, and starts being like this annoying silencing hero, they definitely have something to play around, because this AoE silence looks OP this game, actually. Like, just for shutting down the Quap, for getting on top of the Wyvern.
For sure.
It looks super good. But is he going to get there? I think that depends a lot. He's got an okay lane support in the Wind. I don't know. I'm curious to see how this one goes down. I really do. I think Infamous have a great chance to take this one, but the final pick could change everything.
Ursa also could have been a great carry for them, right? To shut down the Night Stalker.
Let's just talk about what ifs for Infamous here and focus on the future. And they're going to grab themselves a DK. Wow. All right. They want themselves that big beefcake in the middle lane. So it's going to be Quap off lane, Tiny support, and DK in the mid for them. So crazy. How do you respond to this? What is your answer? I mean, they could also just move these two between either lane, couldn't they?
For sure. I'm actually a big fan of the Dragon Knight picker. It's actually really good against NS.
Yeah.
When he runs into a fight, you can just Dragon Tail him. His movement speed is his biggest asset for Night Stalker. So if he's stunned up with something long like a Dragon Tail, he can get focused down and killed off. So that's quite nice. And when it's daytime, you have a way to now take towers as well. It makes up for some of Spectre's weaknesses in this draft. So that's good. But the last pick here, I'm thinking Timbersaw for Crazy. Could be very good.
The one thing for Infamous is that like the only big team fight ability you're really looking at is the Winter's Curse. Oh, they go Ember on Crazy.
Something more active, so that the IO Gyro can just play together. Crazy need to use the NS, Ember, and Wind Ranger to play together. The 3 heroes. I guess that kind of makes sense. I guess if they did take like a Timber, then you don't know if the Dragon Knight or side lane, right? So.
Yeah. It's not really like a free Ember game as such. Like there is a little lockdown, there is a little burst. If they can catch him out, then they might well just be able to kill him. But it gives them what they need. It gives them that active hero. It gives them some catch as well, which I think was really important. You know, Night Stalker's great once he gets on top of people. But if you can just kite him and not let him get that AoE silence off onto anybody, then he's going to feel like a bit of a silly sausage in the middle of the team fight. So now you've got the chains to come out and just make sure that he can get on top, especially with like these fast heroes like Spectre with the dagger, Cop with the blink, and you blink on Tiny as well. You just want to make sure that you've got that one hero to go first and make sure you can get off those chains so that the Night Stalker can then follow up and everyone can just run them down. Interesting draft from Crazy. I think it's a hard one to pull off from them. However, Infamous's draft looks much easier. If this game just kind of goes very neutral and everyone just kind of plays standard Dota and no one does anything special, I think Infamous are in with a really good shot here. But if Crazy play at really like high level, then they can definitely crush this game. Like if they play like some, you know, how Nigma play around this Iocopter, then Infamous Gaming, they're going to look like small children again. So, you know, I'm hoping Infamous are able to pull it out of the bag and play, you know, just as well. And I kind of want them to win the second game, and I think they can. Yeah, screw it. Let's go Infamous. I think it's like a 60-40 for Infamous this game.
Prepare for battle.
All right. They do have the Moon Meander playing the IO this game too, so it's going to be actually a position 5, but Wind Ranger going to the off lane. I kind of like this more. I felt like if you're playing an IO +5, which some teams do, it's really, really difficult.
It affects your map vision a lot because you don't really have that 5 going out and warding and such. And
right.
That hurts.
Yeah, that's for sure. It does look like IO Jaro will be free farming top, and I think NS is also going to be free farming bottom. So this is what we're talking about, how Crazy have this ability to run over this game, because if both these 2 silents are going to free farm, because there's a freaking Dragon Knight and a Spectre on the 2 silents, then as long as Crazy understand the strength of Infamous and avoid those timings with the Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave and such, it's going to be great.
30 seconds.
That's what they got to do. They just got to abuse the 5 to 10 minutes where they got nighttime, and then after that they got to chill out, farm up a little bit on the IO Gyro, try to avoid some fights, and then from 15 to 20, again, become super aggressive and just suppress Infamous.
Yeah, and I like that they plonk the DK in the offlane as well. Just, you know, the big old beefcake. There's not that much damage on the Gyrocopter to throw out. You know, Gyrocopter can be annoying with the rocket barrage, but it's not super easy to bring them down. Also, they haven't changed the sound of homing missile, so that's okay. I hate that.
What is
Did you hear that? So
No,
you know how homing missile is supposed to go, like, you know, have like a fuse and then it goes and then it takes off and it makes sense. But they haven't changed that, even though it takes off much quicker now. So
okay,
it kind of starts flying off and then it sounds like it's taking off halfway mid-flight. So anyway, just ruining this Gyrocopter for everybody who was hoping to enjoy this game. That's now going to trigger everybody. So enjoy. Alrighty, let's get into it. Braille versus KXY in the middle lane. This is the Ember Spirit versus the Queen of Pain. I think this is a okay matchup for the Quap, isn't it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think Queen of Pain can even win this matchup in most cases. So I think he's going to be completely fine. But the first wave, the 4 creeps, so he's off to a great start. Most of the time, when one of the millionaires gets all 4 creeps, they're probably not going to get owned.
Yeah, they're not going to get owned, that's for sure. It's quite neutral. I mean, this is just the Ember Spirit Flame Guard attack, isn't it? Where you just run in and try and secure the range creep with Flame Guard and get your early level 2. Because most heroes kind of do pretty well versus Ember Spirit once they hit level 2, so he just wants to stay a step ahead of them. Now, down in the bottom lane, we got Excel Good on the Wyvern and Paxus on the Spectre versus Aoi 2000 on his Wind Ranger and Kezdu on the Night Stalker.
Oh, top lane, Papita, what are you doing there, buddy?
Deep. That's deep. That's deep. DP out. He actually lives from that. Wow, he was looking for the Gyro's Courier, and he goes in super deep for it, and does just about come out okay.
I mean, that's not worth it because he's very far behind on HP now. So every time he walks up, he's going to be scared of dying.
Yeah, there's some creeps behind the tower for him to just scoop up here, but he's also going to be able to deny range creep. But yeah, as you say, not an ideal situation for him to be in whatsoever. I'm a little bit too ambitious there on getting some courier kills. You know, we've all done it. You see that courier, you see red, and you're just like, oh, I'm going to get me a courier. I'm going to ruin this guy's day. But alas, 'twasn't to be in this situation. Bro with some creeps under this tower. Nice range creep denied for KXY though, as they're currently 12-3 to the 12-1 off the Ember Spirit. Things neck and neck in the middle lane for the time being. Slight advantage for the Quap. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this bottom lane a little bit before we were rudely interrupted, because I actually think this is a pretty good time for the Spectre. The Wyvern's just going to come and pull and pull and pull, and then whenever he needs to, come an Arctic Burn. He trades decently with the wind, so all things considered, it's not going to be too bad, I don't think.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like,
Spectre's going to have a great first 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. But the more scary thing is definitely going to be the NS, right? Because at 5 minutes, he's going to be a beast. He's going to have double bracers and boots, and he's just going to run at the Spectre, and then he can't farm anything. In fact, he's going to be afraid of dying constantly between 5 and 10 minutes. And Spectre's not that good at jungling either during that time.
Has been killed.
He would like to use his Haunt and get out of the lane and maybe go to another lane and kill somebody, but if the NS is pressuring him, he might have to be forced to do that way earlier than he would like to.
Yeah. I think you need to set up for that as a Spectre as well. You know, you need to grab yourself probably a second Wraith Ban I'd like to see on Pax's here, and then go into the treads, and then just make sure that you can jungle efficiently. With some
he went for
clarities.
Orb of Venom, actually. Wow. That's very aggressive playstyle for a Spectre. I don't think I've ever seen a Spectre by Orb of Venom.
No, I mean, I don't understand it in a lane where you're likely to get kills, but you know, the support in this lane's a Wind Ranger. She's got Wind Run. You're probably not going to be able to bring her down, so I don't really see the point in that.
Or the NS, who has double bracers at 3 minutes or 4 minutes in the game.
I mention.
Jeez.
Bryle, having trouble in the middle lane. Yikes. Michael coming in. He's got the toss. KXY trying to help him out with the shackle. Owie, where did he come from? Jumping in from behind and saving Bryle's life. And now Moonmeander with the TP across here, trying to help out, trying to secure the kill onto Michael here. Tiny running himself away as fast as his little legs will carry him. Moonmeander speeding on over with that new movement speed, but unfortunately it's not enough to run down this Tiny. Man, where did Owie come from there, dude?
I don't know, but that was actually amazing. He level 2, he skills up Shackle and saves his Ember from dying. Okay, he wants to get that flash middle. Oh, he thinks out. Dude, he's putting the pressure on this squad, man. Making him break away from this +5 Wind Ranger. Anyway, knows what's up.
Well, Kezu's getting a little bit bullied in the bottom lane, getting zoned out a bit, but he doesn't care. He's got a big fat creep wave coming in towards him right now, though he comes forward for that one, bringing him into the range of the Splinter Blast. Baxus wants to counter on this guy down, but won't do so because he can't actually see Owie on the map right now, and rightfully so, as Owie was right behind. But Owie really wants to let Kezu get the solo XP to try and get him to 6 as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Kez is kind of sad he did lose a lot of HP before the 5-minute marker came, but he's going to bring out a healing salve very soon and his boots, and this is where it's game on, right? Spectre's only level 4.5, so he doesn't even have the option to haunt away in this lane anytime soon. But as soon as that healing salve and the boots come out, I think Kez is going to get real aggressive on his bottom lane. He's going to just skill up Hunter in the night, or he's going to skill up Boyd actually instead, and just start bullying him. I guess, yeah, the spell damage is going to be very valuable. Lower cooldown too. Since they do have the kill potential. Okay, AUI, yikes. It's too slow,
He's
right?
in a little bit of a bad situation right now. Trying to get over across towards the creeps, but will just get finished off by the Splinter Blast nevertheless. Goodbye, Owie. He had a good run, but unfortunately does end up going down for first blood.
Power runes are coming out. Oh, the 50-50 goes towards the Ember, and it's an Arcane. OMG. Guess who is going to get hunted? Look at this Observer Ward, though, by Infamous. This is amazing, actually. This Obs here, I really like it, because it gets to see the rotation of the enemy mid laners.
Middle tower is under attack.
He's actually going to take the bounty there, too. Okay.
It's doing work. It's doing work. Bounty found by Bryle. A little bit of aggression up onto Pepita here, but Pepita, yeah, I mean, from this observer, just knows he's going to bury his head in the trees like an ostrich in the sand and not show himself until Bryle is seen again.
Radiant's top tower is under
Michael's here as well. I'm not sure they can do anything about this, though. Bryle's going to find Pepita's courier to start this off, and Michael's just kind of running around. I mean, he's fast for sure, but I feel like he's just kind of baiting in his own teammate here. Let's see what happens here. TP's coming on over. The Wyvern's coming on in here. Lunch's got to come down.
Oh, the crop is here, though.
Queen of Pain arrives to this fight here. She has got the scream and is going to be able to take down HFN. Meanwhile, the Ember's going to jump himself out back in towards the mid lane. Never mind. It was a good fight as KXY made his way over. The TP in from Excel good. They bring more than enough bodies into this fight, and they bite back into Crazy.
Dude, where did that Queen of Pain come from? I didn't even notice her walking top, and all of a sudden she comes in with her Sonic Wave. I mean, that Sonic Wave is actually such an insane spell early into the game. 340 pure damage, right? So
good luck fighting
the tower.
into that.
The tower is deniable range because they were able to defend that for a little while. I don't know if they're going to defend. They're going to try and deny it, but we'll see. Dragonite is 6. Gyro not quite yet. Needs a little bit of XP.
Yeah, Pepita getting bullied a little bit here. The overcharge from Moon Meander is very scary to play into, so DK's got to keep his distance. Meanwhile, they got 2 more heroes coming over, though. Michael's making his way up towards his top lane. Excel good, making his way back in towards it as well. Meanwhile, there is a lot of attention at mid right now. Amber looking to steal the bounty, and we'll end up going bottom instead. And it's an invest.
Top.
Bryle just winning every power rune here, but top, yeah, they're trying to bring him down. The cool down landing. Excelga gonna try and cold embrace himself up, saving himself from the right click damage of Pepita, looking for a target. He can't actually do anything, but never mind. The Queen of Pain once again turning up here with the TP in, and HFN is gonna get killed. Mumianda tries to deny, doesn't quite work out, and oh no, his tether gets cancelled, and the little orb of light will go kaput in the top lanes. We have 2 heroes dead. Infamous once again turning it around on this gyrocopter. He's not having a good game of it so far.
I think Io canceled the tether there, right?
No, it got cancelled by the Avalanche, right?
What? Wait, what? I mean, unless they changed that in the last year, I'm not sure that tether gets cancelled by disables, right?
I think it does. I think they did change that in the last year.
I mean, if they changed it, they changed it when I wasn't playing Dota in the past year. But I assume that it doesn't get cancelled because that's how it's been since forever. When you're tethering, it doesn't actually cancel your IO tether, previously at least.
You're making me doubt myself, but I'm fairly certain it does now get cancelled by
bottom
by
Axel.
Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Excel good is going to be Excel dead. Got him with a power shot from Owie. And now they open up into the tower as well, looking to put some pressure onto this tier 1. And yeah, Kezu's an absolute machine right now. Popping that Dark Ascension, getting the damage onto the towers, big hits.
He's so strong. 150 damage with his ult.
He's a big boy, but who else is a big boy? It is Pepita in the top lane, but they're trying to take this big boy down. And, well, GG running a little Pepita. He's trying to get himself out here. It's a long chase as the cooldown's actually going to miss, and now they're going to hold themselves into it. Once again, they want to turn things around in this top lane. So nice wave coming through onto Moon and onto HFN. Moon jumping his way across to the creep wave here. Overcharge being used, but it doesn't matter. Pepita will catch him with the breathe fire. Meanwhile, Bryle trying for the bounty rune here. Does miss it the first time, but I think he might be in some Nah, he's cool, actually. They don't have any lockdown. Oh, they do! There's a flying dragon! Holy shit! They land on Bryle's face. He's out of mana. He's out of health. He's out of life. Bryle will get brought down. Pepita. I mean, we all knew dragons could fly, just not like that.
They got 2 dragons, too. I want to see the other one fly as well.
Yeah, sure. Michael, make it happen, buddy. Tiny Airlines is serving all creatures nowadays.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe how far that Dragonite got tossed just to get that stun. My goodness. So they're actually hitting their weak timings right now on Crazy. It's day, so the NS is just going to chill out bottom, keep pushing his lane in. That's pretty much the most amount of pressure he can apply. If his ulti is up though, he can TP to one of the lanes that are getting gone up. But they're actually going to smoke to bottom. Oh, there's such a beautiful movement from Infamous. This is the weak hero right here. When he doesn't have his ulti.
In the daytime, so.
Oh no, but he doesn't have ult on DK either.
Run, run.
Long go. I mean, Io Jaro can also TP and protect the NS, right? He's very tanky on the NS. So if they caught him back here where the creep wave was, it's different. But if he gets all the way near the tier 1, then all of Crazy's heroes can TP in and guide him or help him. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like
Aid
maybe
him.
Excelgood leading with the slow or a Splinter Blast or something like that would have made more sense, but nevertheless. Brow trying to get some pressure on mid, but Excelgood has arrived to this one, so the Ember's going to yeet himself out of there. Meanwhile, Aoi gets himself back as well. Neither wanting anything to do with this. These 2 heroes to their escapes make him very elusive, and 3 heroes in now into mid. Meanwhile, HFN and Moonmeander have been spotted farming this camp here. There's an observer watered down just watching these guys in the jungle. Oh, Excelgood, he's going for the neutral item, going for the mango tree, yoink! That's mine! What a player, what an absolute player. I mean, he might be dead, yeah, he's dead from this, but I mean, you know what, worth, I don't care. He's gonna get HFN here as well, Sonic Wave's gonna come cutting on through here. Mimiana trying to keep him alive, but won't be successful. HFN goes down, but they get the trade onto Michael here, and now looking for KXY. The silence is there, but KXY gets himself away, blinks himself out. Meanwhile, Pepita might not be so lucky. It's 4 heroes onto 1. But Gyrocopter, the Moonmeander has to go back because he was relocate was on cooldown, was on charge. Sorry. So it looks like Pepita might. No. Jeez, he's tanky. He's very, very tanky, but he will eventually end up falling. Paka's kind of just watching here. Not much he can do about it, but KXY is just running himself forward here. 1 versus 4. Let's go, kids. He's got a Spectre behind him. He's got a lot of damage. Wants to try and finish off Moonmeander here. Moonmeander trying to get up the cliff. And the toss as well. Michael just getting so much done with these tosses this game. I mean, KXY, this feels a bit deep. And that's because it is a bit deep. The horn comes forward, but it doesn't matter. The Quap is already dead. And, well, Packers maybe getting a bit carried away. Let's see what he can do here. H-Ben trying to fight up without his IO. He's feeling a little bit weak, but Packers is also getting pretty low as well. But in from behind, Michael comes in, throws in the avalanche. They're trying to bring down HFN, and the Splinter Blast might just do the trick. Down he goes. Brawl trying to finish off the parry, then will go down. Packers is dead, but the stun comes down from Dragon Tail. Pepita is back, and he is pissed. Moonmeander cannot save anybody. He just doesn't have the items to save heroes right now. Meanwhile, Aoi trying to put the finish onto Excelgood here, but the Witness Curse, it just came off cooldown. He drops it forward onto the Wind Ranger, and now the Avatos combination kills off 2. The SA boys are getting it going here in game number 2, and they are making some nice damn plays. Crazy is starting to crumble. They need to pull it together, Thebe.
I mean, Infamous not that bad when they're able to fight, huh? Right? They're actually finally getting their strides going. They got the team, you know, the composition they need to be able to take engagements. And crazy, like I said, between 10 and 15 minutes, they gotta slow the game down at this point.
Yeah, not speed it up.
Exactly. They gotta like slow the game down, wait for the 15-minute timing for your next night, get the items going on your Gyrocopter. This jar is 2 and 5 at the moment.
It's been a bit awkward, but nice shackle into the Queen of Pain here, but I don't think they have the lockdown. Queen of Pain trying to turn it around, drops a Sonic Wave, but she's so low. HFN needs to back away. Great power shot from Aoi, finishes the swap. They're still looking. They've got another Flying Dragon coming on over, Breeze Fire down from above, and HFN will drop. What a game so far from Infamous here. And Michael, the Tiny, I mean, I know why it's called Michael. I think this dude's Michael Jordan.
He's flying.
Oops. He's getting those tosses. He's getting the slam dunks in. The tosses have been amazing this game. Well, coming up on that 15-minute mark, and it's a 15-8 scoreline. I mean, not a huge net worth advantage, though, has to be said. If we look at this net worth chart, we see Kezu's actually the man on top here, and he's gone for that drums and going for the Blink Dagger next. Very rich on this Night Stalker. Meanwhile, Spectre, she's got the drums and going in for the Yasha. Yes, not going for a Radiance. Finally, we have a non-Radiance game, even though it does look pretty good this game, but wants to have the right-click damage and the attack speed. And the Manta also takes good use of Desolate as well, which is recently buffed at max level, so that's quite nice. Well, it was buffed, then nerfed, but still the same at max level as it was before, just starts off a little bit weaker. But still more powerful than it was pre-patch. What's DK up to? He's going for a Blink Dagger. I don't feel like he needs that, considering this Tiny's in the game, but fair enough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under
Once they get this Tiny to the Blink Dagger, it's going to be very difficult for Wind Ranger and IO to survive fights also. It's very... It's a lot of burst damage on the side of Infamous. They got the Tiny, they got the Quap, then they got the Spectre who can haunt on top to help if somebody has low HP as well. I don't know, man. Infamous lineup is looking real good at the moment, but 15 to 20 minutes, this is the timing for crazy right here. Hopefully they can get a lot done.
Oh, look at this farming from HFN and Moonmeander.
Oh, that's nice. So
this
juicy.
is what you like
He
to
needs
see.
this. He needed
That's
this
what?
so badly. He's 2 and 6 on a carry.
3 ancient stacks and 3 hard camp stacks. HFN, he's living the dream right now. And he's going to get very close to his axe from this as well. I can just watch this all day. I can watch top lane though. We're not going to watch this all day as Exalga's getting beaten in by KheZu here. KheZu, well, he's just going to watch the Wyvern. Just take some punches. He's got the Void available now and doesn't even need to use it. The power shot comes through and Pepita's also going to be the one in trouble here as well as KheZu gets himself a double kill up in the top lane. It comes night time and this is my time, says Night Stalker, as KheZu unleashes hell up in the top lane. Now has that Blink Dagger completed.
That's scary. Just gonna jump on the
Mid lane, they're looking for HFN here. They've got the scream, but the mech comes
Mech.
out from Mumi and they're keeping him alive. They're not going to be able to do it this time.
So it's probably a good time to smoke up on the side of Crazy. The Ember and the NS are both very, very strong. They got the Vessel out on Ember. He's got 2 charges. Wind Ninja has a level 4 power shot, so she can pair that up with the Searing Chains for some burst damage.
And in they go at mid once again here. Brawl jumping on forwards onto the GK on the front lines. Marco trying to help out as well. Meanwhile, in the back, though, they've taken down Excel. Good. KheZu getting rid of that big team fighter. Now, I'll look over to try and finish off Pepita here. In comes KheZu with the Sonic Wave, catching onto 2, onto Brawl and KheZu. Brawl trying to get himself back off the backlines here. Meanwhile, Pax is taking a lot of damage here. It's HFN and Moonmeander, they're doing the damage. They'll take him down, and now they turn their attentions over towards the Tiny. Tiny is tanky. Moonmeander has to back himself away as he's so damn low, but the chains come down onto the Tiny, and HFN with the Rocket Barrage will be able to put an end to Michael. The great fight here from Crazy again here, and there seems to be a theme, you know. If it's daytime, Infamous win. If it's nighttime, Crazy win, and that's a pretty easy way to play Dota.
For sure. I think they could have played a little bit more safe.
Cautiously?
I would say, yeah, cautiously, exactly, on the side of Infamous. I don't feel like their vision is very good at the moment, and Crazy are just coming from all the angles, and they don't even have to look that deep to find any of Infamous's heroes. You gotta group up when you play against a hero like Night Stalker during the nighttime, and they're very spread thin on the map when they were getting picked off. So because they were spread thin, they were just TPing in and trying to help heroes one by one. If you don't combine your spells all together, then they're just gonna heal up with the IO or the magic stick or the mech or whatever that's gonna come up on the side of Crazy. You guys combine all your spells if you want to kill anybody on Crazy at this point in the game.
Yeah, and it has to happen. I mean, earlier on, you know, when heroes are a bit weaker, you can kind of, you know, go for the slower commits. But right now, you got to get them dead, or you're not going to kill them at all. That's the lesson being learned right now. And, oh, DK has a Yule's queued up. I don't think I've seen Yule's DK before. What's this about? Is this for real? Oh, bottom lane. Oh, God. No. Oh, no. This is a Spectre. You can't let this hero die like this, but it's too late. He's already dead. See you later, buddy.
Dude, at this point, Crazy is just following wherever there are heroes on the map. They see dots on the map, they're just running after them. They don't care about anything else. I mean, that's the power of the NS right now with his Blink Dagger. He's actually feeling so strong. And he's got his ulti ready too, Dark Ascension. So he's got a bunch of damage. He's got the drum charge to give him attack speed. This Wyvern... There's no dust though. Does anybody have reveal? Only the Wind Ranger at the moment. They're gonna need something for that Winter Wyvern's
He sees KX
amulets.
Whitehead. Can pop the silence if he wants.
Oh boy.
He's gonna instead look towards this Winter Wyvern instead, and that
sentry,
hero on the high
sentry
ground will
range.
fall down easily. Ouch. Meanwhile, Wind is gonna get brought down at least in response, but there's a relocate forward here. That is probably not the ideal route. They need to find some ancient stacks. There we go. Mimiana's like, yeah, this is why I brought you here the whole time, dude. This is totally a great TP. Bottom lane, Paxis being targeted again. Mimiander and HFN looking for their target, but there's nobody else to join them for this one. Paxis will be safe.
They're gonna smoke up to bottom though. Io Jaro doesn't have a way to get out unless they both double TP here. Wind Ninja's also TP. Oh, they're gonna fight this.
They want to fight this, yeah.
Fight.
It's still nighttime with the ultimate as Night Stalker jumps into the back here trying to find a target. Winter Wyvern will get the curse down just before he drops, but he most certainly actually didn't get the curse down. he still has a chance to do so. The animation play bet, he got silenced out. Meanwhile, KXY, though, he is already dead, and Pepita in the same way as well as KheZu gets on top of him and just beats him in. Meanwhile, the front lines, oh no, Paxton's already dead. Michael going the same way as well. Mumianda will at least fall to Excel Good here as he finally finds the winner's curse, but it's way too late to make a difference in this fight. They are going to lose it, and they are going to lose it hard as everybody drops on the side of Infamous. It's a 5-man wipe. Crazy smashed them, and now they look to get down some towers whilst they're at it. Bottom tier 2 going to be pressured with this catapult wave.
They just built a 9k goal lead in 5 minutes.
That's impressive.
So the second nighttime, right, 10k goal lead in this one nighttime that they just had. So it goes to show like their timings, right? Their power spikes. This is what we're talking about now. If they didn't die so much between 10 to 15 minutes, this could be an even bigger lead, I would assume. So Infamous, how can they come back? Oh, if they can get a kill on this Ember, that would be a nice way to start.
Certainly would,
nope,
but they don't commit. They are very, very scared here, and for good reason. I mean, there's teammates coming in around the side here, and in comes KheZu. He's got that silence, he's got that blink, getting on top of Michael here. Can he finish the job? Michael going to turn around with the Abatos, but the Sleight of Fist will catch him out. Down goes the Tiny.
Bra's mech'd up, he's back to full. They're going to keep on playing aggressively. 40 seconds, they're going to have another ulti on the Night Stalker, so they don't mind setting up right before that cools off.
They jump off the back of him.
Boy.
Oh no, so many heroes just converging upon this poor old Spectre, and they make mincemeat out of her. They're going to be having Spectre skewers for dinner tonight. Inside a crazy just rampaging through the map right now. You're not safe anywhere you go. This is the IO Copter. This is the level of Dota I hope they'll be playing for this game. And they've really stepped it up. I mean, you know, since 15 minutes, this team, which saw the back foot, have just been playing at such a high pace that Infamous have just kind of been left bewildered. They are not getting it together right now. They need to. Thing is, Spectre still hasn't completed her first item. She's still looking for this Manta. And if it was a diffuser, that'd actually be like way more, you know... Oh, nice Winter's Curse, actually.
He's dead.
Excel Good just murders Io.
Oh my God.
I mean, this means no Roche. This is big. Unless I can find more kills here, this means no Roche.
Spectre has Haunt in 3 seconds, though.
Yeah.
KheZu's ult is out in 18.
But Michael most certainly is going to go down here. Let's see what they decide to do off this. Answer, probably not going to be that much. Oh, Orchid. Oh no. Oh, what the? Wow. KheZu is just on another level right now, actually.
I'm just going to go ahead and say this is all a product of picking Spectre into the Night Stalker instead of a carry that can actually punish him in the lane. And
yeah, kinda.
Yep. He's got absolute free farm, and with that free farm, he's just running around and killing everybody. Oh, haunts to the mid lane to get away from the opponents. That's a feels bad, man. KheZu's like, snore. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Jesus Christ, this game is a hot mess right now. It really does be.
Like, I haven't really felt like this Spectre has had any impact in terms of dealing with the IO, right? Like, his teammates have already done all of that.
I mean, I don't see how his build works. The drums into Manta, it's going to do a decent amount of damage, but I mean, I feel like your game impact's still pretty low. Like, you still don't offer much, you know? Who do you kill? Maybe you jump the IO with your drums, Haunt, split, and then Manta, and then what? You know, I feel like your impact is just very limited. Excel Good gets murdered here. You're not hitting a good timing in this game with the Spectre. There's nothing to work for your team to work around. This Manta isn't an item which is going to make you go, oh great, our Spectre has a Manta, let's go.
25-minute Manta too, or 24.5-minute Manta.
Yeah.
Nada feels good, man. Oh, Pepita got stunned up bottom. They're gonna chase this guy. Heroes are coming.
Yeah.
Oh, but he finds the Spectre though. They want the big kill
You got
on the
TP,
Night Stalker.
Yeah, oh god.
He's gonna hold his void, that's for sure. He's gonna hold his void.
Oh man, Spectre's going down. There's nothing to be done. Manta dodge it? No, didn't manage to Manta dodge the homing missile, and that is a dead Spectre. Meanwhile, on the sidelines of the fight, Queen of Pain trying to make something happen, but the toss away is actually going to save a life. That's a nice play from Michael again here, but no, they still find him. The Remnant Inn just catches a Queen of Pain on the tail end of her TP, and it's going to be another kill going away crazy. Running out of options quickly here on the side of Infamous. This game is barreling out of control as it hits nighttime again. this only going to increase as they jump forward onto the Wyvern here. KheZu just trying to run him down. Can't get up that high ground. Excelgood, well, unfortunately, the cooldown is going to put an end to Mr. Excelgood. And now KheZu, he's not done. I mean, he's got the IO coming on over here. They're going to find themselves on Tiny as well. Tiny thought he could try and make some kind of cute play on the sidelines here, but he just also ends up dying.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tower will fall. Tier 2 is dropped. On they go to the high ground. Crazy just playing at this crazy momentum right now. Where's Gyro? He's got everything he needs right now. Aghanims, Maelstrom, Mask of Madness, Aegis, Demon Edge queued up from him as well. Just scheduled Demon Edge. I'm sure there's like crits or something waiting for him at the secret shop. Oh no, it's a rapier. Okay, no worries.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Structures are fortified.
He wants to end this game. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
Well, he's locked it up though. They want to get the next Roshan before they get the rapier, maybe. But he has Aegis right now. It's gonna be a long time before the next Aegis. Okay, he's just gonna make the rapier. I'm sure he doesn't care. I mean, he's still locked the relic. I'm waiting to see what happens here. Is he gonna unlock it? What's the plan, bro?
Yeah, I mean, you've got 2.5 minutes on this guy. Come on.
He's a bit scared, you know. Just a tiny bit.
Honestly, this guy needs to go and get some lessons from Eternal Envy on proper rapier usage. I mean, Envy would have had at least 2 rapiers by now, so.
I think he's just waiting for the right fight where he knows they will win for sure, or they're not gonna jump him. Like they commit to somebody else, and then he'll unlock the rapier, and then they'll win the fight. You get what I mean? Because if he has a rapier online, he doesn't want the opponent to like jump him first. He wants his opponent. He wants his opponent to jump somebody else.
But he's got the Aegis. That stops that happening anyway.
I mean, he can get tossed back even if he has a rapier, right?
Oh
like
no,
this.
he's been tossed back.
Yep, there you go.
Twist.
So imagine if he actually unlocked that rapier and they can't save him here. That would be very bad, right?
Let's see, KheZu going in deep, and now the IO coming to help out this Gyrocopter as well. Gyro backing himself away. HFN will survive throughout all of this.
It's pretty funny how that transpired.
It is rather. I mean, it could be different. If he had the rapier, maybe they just pile more onto HFN and like gonna go for the full divide commit to get the rapier back. Things would have gone differently, that's for sure. I don't know how they would have gone, but neither do they. They're just waiting for the.
No, they would have committed.
Aoi in some trouble. HFN turning up to this fight, trying to deal with damage, but Aoi's not going to survive this one. HFN just going mono e mono right now, or more like mono e trio, and now mono e quadro, and now mono e dead. Moomiander going for a TP out here, and there's actually nothing to cancel it. All right, a little ball of light will survive. But unfortunately, you lose your Gyrocopter. A little bit sloppy here from Crazy.
At least you don't lose the rapier. That's good.
True.
So they're definitely gonna wait for the next Roshan, which is gonna be a very long time. But you gotta do it at this point. He's going for the BKB now. I mean, it was just a really awkward thing for HFN to do anyway, to try and get a rapier this early.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're not really ready to commit to it, then just go something else. Like, go BKB or something. There we go. And Brawl even getting jumped at top. Just kind of watched that quickly transpire. The vision down there just revealing the Ember's position. And yeah, I'm not too sure he's doing that fire up. And now Moomiander does as well. Okay, all right. It's getting a bit silly at this point. Crazy. They need a little bit of meditation time, a little bit of namaste, because their chakra is all over the place right now. They are getting hot and heavy and carry. I mean, why are they going for this? What do they hope to achieve from this? Like, they're just gonna lose KheZu. They're gonna lose Aoi as well. I'm like 900% sure. This is just straight up silly. I'm sorry.
They're playing under the vision of Infamous too. There, it's very bad, especially without the Gyrocopter being alive. They're being outnumbered. Maybe they thought they would be okay to take the fights. Yep. Not good, that's for sure. I mean, they're still up quite a lot, right? And Jaro does have a rapier if he needs to use that. Just gotta get the Satanic on this Gyrocopter. It's good that he's not going for the BKB, actually. I think the Satanic is just a better item. Gotta get that status resist, and you can bait out so much more. Like, if you go down to, let's say, even 500 health, you click Satanic, you're gonna be insta full HP, and the opponent must have blown like so many skills on you, and your team is not dying either.
I'm not sure I agree with you, to be honest. I think with the Queen of Pain in the game, I kind of want to see the BKB on the Gyrocopter. Like, he's got 2.4k HP. With the Satanic, that's going to bring him up to about, what, like 3.1, 3.2? I just don't feel like that's enough to justify the star resistance versus the amount of magic damage that's going to be pumped out from KXY. And, you know, he's got no way to get rid of the silence. That's going to be damage amped as well.
Yeah. Well,
Tiny
he gets a lot of
so much magic damage. I'm worried.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but you get, like you said, more HP, and you're also healing from your side gunner on your Satanic every time they're going on you, too. So it's quite a bit.
True. That is a nice factor. Let's see how this one goes down. Excel good. He's not actually spotted here. They don't have the detection for him, but KXY will get brought down by the Night Stalker. Meanwhile,
they just have to reset, that's all.
He's taking some hits from the tower here, but they're going to be able to find the Wyvern after all. That's 2 nice kills. I mean, that's their 2 big team fighters gone. They cannot take fights for the next 50 seconds unless they want to buy back on the side of Infamous.
Crazy have grouped up again, right? That's 5. That's all they really had to do. Just make sure that they are playing together. They don't have the ulti up on the Night Stalker, so they're not going to walk into the high gun, I believe.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, as I said, they just needed a little bit of meditation, you know, so like some calming down.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Whoa, he actually wants to commit to the mid racks because it's still there, huh? The melee racks. They're not gonna commit to the tower up top, but they'll go to the racks middle. There's no, there's nothing that's gonna hit them back. Yeah, there's nothing is gonna hurt them, right? There's no like tower hitting them for 200 damage a hit or something.
Yeah, and taking the tower doesn't do anything, and taking the barracks does a lot. So, makes sense to me, Chief.
So he has Satanic in 500 gold. Cool.
Yeah, it's gonna hit it. Is Satanic unlock rapier time, or is that reserved entirely for Roshan?
I think they're gonna reserve it for the Roshan. He's not gonna risk it.
Very, very disciplined from HFN.
It's too much damage loss if they lose the rapier for the Gyrocopter. It's not even about Infamous having the rapier because they can't really utilize it super well anyway. Like Spectre Rapier is just whatever, right?
Yeah, it's like I had a game of Spectre where I had 2 rapiers stolen from the enemy, and you just hate it. You're just like, I'd rather have stats.
Yeah, like to be honest, this Dragonite might even utilize rapier better.
Yeah, 100%.
Spectre would, but yeah, so the Gyrocopter, he doesn't want to lose it because he would lose just way too much damage if he loses the rapier. That's the real problem here. So they're just gonna wait for the Roshan to spawn, get that Aegis, and then he's gonna unlock the rapier and go. And now with that, he's gonna have Satanic rapier, right? So the side gunner is gonna heal in like a lot, even if he's getting stunned up. So it's not really 3,000 HP they need to go through. It's gonna be like 4k or even more than that. And then if he ever clicks Satanic and lives, or the IO tethers and mechs him, it's way too scary for Infamous. They're just gonna get instantly wiped.
But we are now at the stage where we have Roshan back up, so... Oh, DK being jumped on right now by Kezu here. The old Lotus Orb does nothing against my AoE silencer, but there's also a lot of damage coming back the other way as well. But no, they don't care. They relocate in. They finish off this DK. Now looking towards Michael as well. Michael with the toss up, but gets killed off by that donk of the homing missile. And Kezu, he's looking for more. He's a man with a plan, and that plan is to kill everybody. But now Spectre throwing in some hits towards Kezu here, but Kezu's not bothered. He just doesn't care right now. Meanwhile, Ryle jumping onto Excel good. I mean, they have a Roshan to take, so I really don't feel like Crazy needs to be forcing much more than this.
Yeah, I mean, Roshan, that's it. It's up. Let's go.
Get in there, boys.
It's what HFN has been waiting for this moment for like 7 minutes or something. Okay, there you go. Already
unlocked. There we go. Rapier time, baby. Woo! Just holding on to it for about 10 minutes now, but finally unlocks it to take down Roche, grab that Aegis, and feel safe as a sausage. And there it is. Aegis, Rapier, Satanic, Aghanims, Maelstrom, Gyro. Hide your wife, hide your kids, HFN's coming, and he is not messing around.
Yeah, they also have a Vladimir's on the IO and an Ember with the Desolator, which all adds on to Gyrocopter's damage here.
See, I mean, the only thing that can turn this game around at this point is going to be the tiny toss. Like, if Michael can prove himself to be the actual Michael Jordan and get a hell of a good toss back onto the gyrocopter,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
then maybe we have ourselves some kind of fight, but it's so hard otherwise. And the Eye can still dive deep to find him. They're just pushing in 2 lanes here as well. I always like when teams do this, just make sure they've got 2 waves pushing at the same time. But they've actually got the toss back onto the Ember Spirit here, into the Dragon Tail. Braille might be caught out. Can they bring him down in time? Yes, they can. Braille is dead. And, well, crazy.
Bottom Kezu?
All the way. Oh, looking on
he also has to get out. Oh boy, that's a BKB usage.
Yeah,
nice
he has, and now they'll horn forwards here. Great jump from Paxus here as he finds himself that Night Stalker, and they will be able to bring him down together. 2 kills for the side of Infamous. They haven't got the Rapier, but they do make the defense.
It's the goal time, actually, for Infamous. It's 5 versus 3. They need to look for more pickoffs right now. If there's ever an opportunity they can come back into the game, it's right here. Especially if they can find like an IO or a Gyro, make his Aegis disappear. That's going to make Crazy play extremely cautious after that. Yeah, they're actually running on the side of Crazy. They know Infamous want to hunt them. They're moving back to their own side of the map.
Yeah, unfortunately they've got lanes to defend. They can't let barracks be taken by creeps, so KXY does have to deal with this catapult wave. Really unfortunate time, but that's what happens when lanes get pushed in like this. Maybe they can still make a play with the Night Stalker being down, but the fact they don't have Horn up for 60 seconds is a bit of an issue.
Just what I needed.
They got a gem. Whose gem is that? AUI's gem. When did they get the gem, actually? I didn't know this.
Yeah, that must have been quite a while ago.
They must have got it just now, right? On the NS or something? I believe
that's right. Yeah, I bought it and given it over to someone else.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So that sucks, because now if they give this gem to, let's say, Queen of Pain or a Tinies, they're just going to run around and D-ward everything Crazy has. It's a pretty big shift, that's for sure. Just they have one minor problem, and by minor I mean a large problem. There's a gyrocopter with a Satanic and a Rapier on the map.
Yes, yeah, this gyrocopter isn't messing around. He's almost doubling up the Spectre's net worth at this point. The Spectre's still going to be scary. Ooh, especially with the Minotaur Horn. That is a very good Spectre item. She might be tempted by the Illusion Escape this game, though, because she has a Manta. I have been interested to see the Illusion Escape with the Horn Illusion damage. With the new Horn, you know, now that they attack immediately, whether that's actually going to be a viable thing. I still don't think it is. I still think you take the 5% dispersion, but...
There we go, HFN's in. Oh, toss back.
Oh, they toss back in the gyrocopter. Can they bring him down, though? HFN, he's just too big right now. They're not doing enough damage. He's going to pop that Satanic to try and turn this one around. He's got a BKB raid to go as well. Meanwhile, take down Michael on the sidelines. Paka's trying to come in around the back and take down that IO, but he's got a Ghost Step to keep himself safe. And meanwhile, the barracks are just falling here. Paka's coming in, though. He's got the Blade Mail, which is doing a decent amount of work onto this gyrocopter. Michael with the toss back under the tier 4s. Maybe they can get him here. Gyrocopter's getting super low. It's only his Aegis life, and he's got the cheese as well. Healer on it from Moon Meander, actually, from the sidelines as HFN's taking down everybody. He might be losing his first life here, and the buybacks are coming out from him, but they still have an opportunity to take this Aegis. They've got themselves a Dragon Tail. They've killed off Moon Meander. Moon Meander needs to get back into this one now. HFN's popping that BKB, and Moon comes back. The TP out from HFN, and there's nothing to stop it. They will get away with the Rapier. Meanwhile, they're going to clean up everybody else. So Moon Meander trying to get away, but he's not going to be able to do so. It's a dieback from the IO there, feeling like he wanted to come and save his gyrocopter. May have done exactly that, but trades his life for it, and is going to be dead for 100 seconds. An IO-less gyrocopter. Maybe, just maybe, Infamous can find themselves another fight here. And they do immediately buy the smoke on the Wyvern, so they want to try it. They are willing to give this a go.
That's 2 buybacks on the side of Infamous, and they lost the top tracks. But like you said, there's one small window right now. If they can somehow find HFN and get a kill on him and steal the Rapier for the Dragonite or something, that would be real good. Dragonite with a Rapier and an AC, that's going to be sick in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it would. This that would change everything.
For sure. That would put him up to like 20k. Who?
The DK. I love DK.
Ags? Oh, I think he needs attack speed if he has a Rapier. He has so much damage. He just needs attack speed. And the AC will also help his team to be tankier as well. But they need to get him first. They need to get that gyrocopter. There's no way they can actually win this game without stealing that Rapier from the gyro. And
Yeah,
also
100%.
BKB was super nice there to
Oh,
just
they're going
get
to jump
away.
in a Brile here. Minston's still out from Pepita, but there's nobody here to really help out. But he's still going to keep on chipping away at him. Loadsword to get rid of the chains. Pepita just kind of flexing on him right now. And his Dragon Form down, though. Not sure about that one, to be honest.
Never refuse gold given.
Meanwhile, we are getting some items on the side of Crazy now. Illusionist Cape found. I think that's going to be handed over to HFN. Let's see, he's got something on the courier, and it is going to be that Illusionist Cape, yeah.
That was almost a really nice execution in the base where like Tiny, he wanted toss back and he wanted the Wyvern to ulti the IO right away when he tethers in, and that'll kill the Gyro, but the Wyvern ult was so slow there. So the IO was actually able to get out of the range from where the Gyro was able to hit the IO. And that's why the IO didn't die right away at the start of the fight. I think that could have been the big game-changing play. It was a really nice idea, though, to toss the Gyro out so the IO has to expose himself in the team fight.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Because that's what they're looking for. The Winter's Curse on the IO Gyro, right? But the only way to do that is with that toss play.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all on Michael. This the entire game's been on Michael, it feels like, but he's not backing down. He has been making those big plays. His Tiny has been very, very good. But unfortunately, it's just not an easy game for them to turn around. But Packers has actually finished off now an Eye of Skadi. So this is a Spectre which can really sit on the front lines and soak up a ton of damage. And also be able to reflect a bit of it back with the Dispersion with the Blade Mail. Unfortunately, he hasn't hit his 25 talent just yet. Meanwhile, the toss back onto HFN again up onto the high ground, but they're not really willing to commit that hard to it as the villain's back from the moon.
Oh, the big
that's a beautiful curse. They're going to take down that IO. That's a dive back on him. Meanwhile, Kezu going deep, trying to finish off Excel Good. Will make the trade. Michael's dead as well. Doesn't have a buyback on the Tiny, but the Wyvern does. And will be coming back into this one. Peter's still trying to find a way into this fight. Meanwhile, Excel Good comes in around the side here. There's a stun out and the haunt forward here. Packers is on top of HFN right now. He doesn't have the blade mail, unfortunately, but the damage is coming down. They've won that HFN. They'll kill him in the Aegis. Rapier in the hands of the Spectre. And now they'll look towards this. Oh no, the Ember Spirit trying to get himself away, but I don't think Brown's going to be able to make it out of here. The bounce, the high ground, the Lincolns comes in, and oh no, but Peter's on top of him. They will bring him down as well. Crazy. They've given away the Rapier. They've given away everything.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
At least the Rapier went to Spectre. It's still a good... I mean, it's
Dude, Roshan spawning in 10 seconds.
No.
This is a super fast timer. This is an insanely fast timer. It was just 10 seconds. It's up. If they get this Aegis too. No way. No freaking way. I mean, it's not the DK who gets a Rapier, but still, you know, they got the Rapier. That's what matters, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is still a good game. It's not Radiant Spectre. It's a right click Spectre with Diffusal Manta, so it's great. Like,
oh god, they gotta check though if the Roshan's up. I mean, I'm so confused. Why didn't Crazy just wait for the Aegis first? It was like,
I don't. Considering how cautious HFN's been this whole game about waiting for Aegis.
Yeah.
He just flies onto the high ground, gets tossed back, and again, you know, it's constantly this Tiny every single goddamn time. I mean, I'm fairly sure HFN's going to be having nightmares about this toss later into the game. Kezu, he's been caught out a little bit here. Can actually pop the ultimate to try and get away, but there's a Winter's Curse to stop him. They catch him. His BKB just being completely wasted. Now the Science comes down there as well. Mimiana trying to help him out. He's got 8 seconds to wait until the TP is there. KXY is still chasing, but they will get them to safety.
He's the one who's dead. That's a Rapier. Wind run doesn't work.
Yeah, they'll chop him up. See you later, buddy. Nice wind run, dude.
They're gonna check Roshan now, right? Somebody I hope on Infamous is thinking about Roshan.
Yeah, they're smoking up. They're getting in there right away.
Dude, this is such a big Aegis if you can take it. Infamous, hello? You're walking past the pit. Anyone want to check if there's a Roshan? No? Okay.
Alright, this is a problem, guys. This is a problem. Someone should have checked Roshan by now.
I mean, they have to take it away from Crazy, and if they get it, like,
Wyvern sees it.
The courier saw it?
The courier walked
maybe they're thinking about...
no one was checking. There we go. Ping is coming out. That's no, that's HFN ping. Haunt forwards here. What are we looking for, though?
Dire's
Jesus,
middle
he's going
tower
for this. Look at this madman. He's got double damage rapier. He doesn't care about anything
the
right now.
DD.
HFN's in trouble. Stun comes out and tosses there as well, but he's turning it around. He's got the Satanic, he's got the BKB, but he doesn't have enough damage. Paxus is just doing too damn much. The Spectre is here to play, and unfortunately, yes, it's actually going to get... Oh, no. Trying to make something happen with Bryle here, but it's not really doing much. Paxus is low, but in comes a Scream, knocking them back. HFN TP'd into the front lines here, but it's not onto Paxus here. The cooldown even coming down as well. They're angry. They want their rapier back. But Paxus is on the run.
Bash.
Will they find it? Roshan?
No
No,
bash.
he's not a crazy player, and Paxus will TP out with the rapier. But Roshan is now in the hands of Crazy.
Oh my god.
How did they not take this? Roche, I mean, Infamous, you know, if they look back on this game, then they've got to be kicking themselves. They've got to be saying, man, we could have just taken the Roshan. Why did we horn under their tier 4s when we tier 3s when we could have just taken Roche? It's a crazy decision, but nevertheless, it's going to work out well for Crazy, as they're now going to have this Aegis on their gyrocopters. So it's Aegis versus Rapier. A tale of the Aegis.
The problem is they don't have damage on this gyro, right? This is what I talked about before. When the gyrocopter loses, the problem with Rapier is not that Infamous has it, is that the gyrocopter doesn't have the damage anymore. His entire build-up is so that he has a Rapier to do all the damage for him. So now that he's lost it, you saw in that last fight, even though he was manning up, he was healing a lot, it just wasn't enough. As soon as Satanic ended, he just died to the Spectre. So, but because they did get the Aegis, though, there's a better opportunity for Crazy. I mean, I still feel like they don't have enough damage on the side of Crazy. They might even have to chill out and farm up another Rapier before they take an engagement. But I feel if Infamous took this Aegis and then did that play, it's so different, right? This game looks like it would be almost impossible for Crazy to come back to if that Aegis was in the hands of Infamous. And it would have also been a refresher for Spectre, so he would have 2 Haunts.
Yeah, it's pretty much GG if they get that ratio. Well, it's not GG, but I mean, it's hella hard for Crazy to win that one. Like, it's very hard. But instead, they make a wild play, a Haunt under the tier 3 with a double jump in onto the Gyrocopter as BKB Satanic. Like, the one thing this Gyrocopter does do is survive. He doesn't fight very well. He doesn't do a lot of damage at this point, but he does survive. And you played into his hands there, Infamous. A critical mistake, throwing away their lead, and now, well, the ball's not completely in Crazy's court. One team has an Aegis, one team has a Rapier. It's a battle of the Aegis here. Who is going to take the victory? I don't know.
I think Infamous is still in a very good spot. I think they're the... Wait, why are they on pause? Oh, okay. He just...
the Queen of Pain disconnected, which makes it weird.
Yeah. I mean, what I wanted to say was, I don't think Infamous is in a bad spot at all. It's just that they could have been in a better spot if they took the Aegis, right? The Aegis on Gyrocopter right now isn't going to be doing a whole lot. I feel Spectre just needs to Haunt, kill the other heroes, like Wind Ranger, for example, or the Night Stalker, or the Ember. And then the Curse on the IO is probably going to kill the IO every single time, too. Then you can just leave the Gyrocopter to be the last hero killed, because he doesn't do damage. He's just 270 damage right now. It's 45 minutes in, right? This is what last patch's Clinks was doing at 10 minutes in the game. Right?
I wish you weren't joking. I really wish you weren't joking.
Yeah, exactly. That's what was happening in the last fight. So it's a very interesting situation. But Infamous should try to fight outside the base. I don't think they should let Crazy walk into the high ground here, bottom. But it might be too late. I think NS is just too fast. Gonna pop ulti. Gonna get vision of this high ground. They see all the positioning.
They feel like they can't do anything without their Wyvern. DK on the front lines here, going to stun up that Gyrocopter, trying to delay the push as much as possible. Who do they go on? Braz on the front lines a little bit vulnerable, but he has got that Lincoln Spear. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, Michael's just going to get taken down. Ketu, he finds a key target. Now they maybe look in towards the rest of the heroes. They're not even looking at the Spectre. They are looking at everybody else. And they've taken down Michael and Pepita. There is a buyback on Pepita, but there is nothing on Michael. The Tiny is out for the count. He's 134 gold for his buyback. Pepita going to throw in the fire, but HFN, he's got another Rapier ready to go here, but in comes a Spectre, looking for a target. HFN's in trouble. He's got his Aegis popped. But it's not a big deal. His team are ready behind him. Io is ready to go. He's got the cheese ready for him. He's going to come in and pop it to try and save the Gyrocopter. The Gyrocopter's still pretty low. He's the Satanic for another 1 second. But the Witch's Curse, it actually kind of saves him here. It gives him the time for that Satanic to come off. Now he can turn around. HFN just going to heal himself up. Take it down, everybody. The Spectre is not going to... Oh my god, she's finally going to go down. And that should be game. rapier in the pocket of the Ember
curse.
Spirit, and that means it is over. GG, well played, is called. I gotta say, that was unfortunately not a good curse at the end of the game there. I mean, he didn't have the Satanic. They could have maybe finished him off. They definitely would have finished him off. They had a Spectre with Rapier attacking him, but the curse comes out. There's no damage coming out from the IO, so they just don't really do any damage to him. I think it was Aoi and IO who were attacking him, which is just nothing. He survives. He pops that Satanic. He pops